Private tutoring used to mean a high schooler sitting at your kitchen table for 20 bucks an hour to help with algebra. Today, it is a borderless digital economy moving billions of dollars across continents. The infrastructure for this market exploded out of pure necessity. When schools closed worldwide, parents and educators everywhere were forced into a mass, unplanned experiment with remote learning platforms. That temporary emergency measure broke the geographic barrier for good. Families suddenly realized they no longer had to hire the best tutor in their zip code. They could hire the best tutor in the world. By 2025, the total private tutoring market reached $66.9 billion. A massive portion of that still relies on traditional in-person learning centers. This diagram compares the two sectors. On the left is the traditional offline market, but on the right is the online sector, sitting at roughly $14 billion. It is expanding at a compound annual growth rate, or CAGR, of 19.9%. CAGR is a financial metric that measures the mean annual growth rate of an investment over a specified period longer than 1 year. This digital segment is scaling rapidly because it directly answers the widening global skills gap and the intense competition for university placements. If you are an educator, a freelance tutor, or someone building an edtech platform, this overall growth looks incredibly inviting. But looking at the top-line billions obscures a harsh reality. Your specific subject matter dictates your financial ceiling, and the disparities between subjects are massive. You could work a grinding 40-hour week teaching basic English vocabulary and earn less than a specialized instructor teaching Python coding for just 15 hours. To navigate this ecosystem, we must evaluate subjects strictly by their return on investment, or ROI, a metric comparing the financial payoff you get against the time and expertise required to earn it. Look at this quadrant chart. The horizontal axis measures the level of specialized expertise required. The vertical axis tracks hourly earning potential. Participating in a booming market does not guarantee income. You have to map your specific skills to the quadrants where global demand actually pays a premium. We start with the global commodities tier, which primarily consists of English as a second language, alongside general foreign languages like Spanish and Mandarin. On the chart, this category lands in the bottom left corner. The demand here is massive. This bubble accounts for over 37% of the market, driven by global migration and remote work. Yet the average hourly earnings remain suppressed between $15 and $50. The barrier to entry is extremely low. Basic certifications take only a few weeks to earn, which floods the market with capable instructors and forces them into a brutal, borderless price war. You will never run out of prospective students here, but your profit margins will always be constrained by someone in another time zone willing to teach for less. Moving up the complexity scale, we hit the structural core, encompassing foundational mathematics and general sciences. This places it right in the middle of our quadrant chart, requiring moderate expertise and yielding moderate financial returns. It dominates the industry, capturing roughly 62%. Parents globally view passing grades in math and science as non-negotiable expenses, ensuring a reliable influx of students. Because the material is standardized, tutors here can reliably command between $35 and $75 an hour. It is a dependable living, but your revenue hits a hard ceiling. You are ultimately limited by the physical number of hours in a week and the predictable revenue lulls of the traditional school calendar. Next is the gatekeeper tier. This covers high-stakes, intensive preparation for standardized tests like the SAT, GRE, and IELTS. We plot this higher on the y-axis. Here, we see a significant jump in the pricing structure, routinely hitting between $50 and $120 an hour. Clients willingly pay this premium because the outcomes are binary and time-sensitive. A student either achieves the target score or fails, and that single number often dictates elite university placement and scholarship money. But there is a heavy cost to this business model. It has an inherent 100% customer churn rate. The moment your student succeeds and takes the test, they never need your services again. You can charge exceptional rates, but you will spend a massive portion of your resources constantly marketing to acquire the next incoming cohort of test takers. Finally, we reach the apex of the ecosystem, the elite niches. This includes advanced technical skills like Python, cloud computing architecture, data science, and AP-level physics. This quadrant requires the highest level of specialized expertise, and it yields the highest financial return. Rates here start at $80 and easily clear $150 an hour. By teaching these skills, you bypass cost-conscious parents entirely. Instead, you tap directly into lucrative corporate training budgets and adult professionals seeking immediate salary bumps. The hidden cost of operating here is rapid obsolescence. Software updates, new coding frameworks, and evolving AI tools move constantly. You command the absolute highest margins in the market, but you have to dedicate significant unbillable hours to rigorous self-education just to ensure your knowledge remains relevant. Data means very little unless you apply it to your specific situation. This is the strategic blueprint. We can translate those 4 quadrants into 3 distinct operational profiles. Row 1 is the communicator, focusing on languages. To survive the low margins of the commodity tier, your imperative is volume. You have to scale through group classes or leverage the massive client base of international platforms to keep your schedule perfectly full. Row 2 is the optimizer, running the high-churn test prep model. Your imperative is pipeline management. You need highly automated lead generation funnels so you are not manually hunting for the next batch of students. Row 3 is the technologist, handling advanced STEM and tech skills. Your imperative is independence. You must avoid generalized tutoring platforms that take a cut of your premium rates, and instead build an independent consulting brand targeting corporate clients. Success in a $16 billion market requires aligning your exact expertise with the correct operational model. Do not get distracted by the top-line growth numbers. The only way to maximize return is to accurately identify your quadrant, accept its unique constraints, and execute the specific strategy required to win there.